Hey guys, I'm back with another video for the Elder Scrolls V Special Edition, and now I got a special armor that I'm sure you all recognize, and it's actually pretty cool. So this is the Azure Knight armor, and it's made by Outlaw, and you can see the mod. I don't know why he called it the Azure Knight, but it's the Nightmare armor from the Soul Calibur series, and it looks really awesome. So I'm sure he does know it comes from Soul Calibur because the name of the ESP says Nightmare Armor, even though the name of the mod is Azure Knight Armor. Nightmare is a character from the Soul Calibur series. He is actually Siegfried after he became possessed. I believe Siegfried got a hold of the Soul Edge, and after he wielded it for too long, it eventually consumed him, turning him into the being known as Nightmare. Now I got this armor from Lover's Lab. I know people be knocking Lover's Lab talking about it's a porn site, but clearly it's not, because this mod came from that website and you can't find this mod on the Nexus to my knowledge. So there you go. And it also comes in two different color variations. One is like the nice dark Nightmare armor that I am showing you right now, and then another one is this lighter colored Nightmare armor. I believe it's probably one of the classic Nightmare colors, maybe from the very first Soul Calibur game. I don't know, but it's always nice to have different color variations to choose from. There's a bunch of different parts that you could put on and take off. There's like pauldrons, gauntlets, there's capes, there's also a version that has SOS support in case you're into that kind of stuff. Okay, so the next mod is called Dragonblade AQ SE. I'm assuming it's also for Legendary Edition, that's why you put the SE on the end of it, but it is made by John Skyrim. Now this sword comes in two versions. You could either get it with the enchantments, or you can get it without the enchantments. Now the mod comes in 2K and it comes in 4K, and it has some optional files in case you don't want the weapon to be enchanted, or if you want it to have increased damage. Now in this video I chose the 4K version because I wanted to show off the mod in its best possible look. Now the weapon only comes in a one-handed variant. Sadly there's no two-handed variant, which is funny because I used to main one-handed weapons all the time. I used to use one-hand swords with a shield, but now lately I have been addicted to two-handed weapons because of Ordinator and the Massacre perk that you get with that. So sadly there's no two-handed version with this. If I could, add something to it, that would be it. The ability to get a two-handed version of this weapon. Now it is kind of cool because I'm showing this off along with the Nightmare armor, and they actually go together pretty well. I think the sword looks really good with this armor, and it just makes a nice combination. Alright, so the next mod up is a follower mod, and guess what this follower is? A filthy freaking vampire. You know I cannot stand these things, but this follower is really unique, and she comes with her own custom spells as well as a body slide. Her name is Klarissa, and she could be found in the Wind Peak Inn located in Dawnstar. Now the mod is made by Trusty Pilot 284, and I'll leave the link in the description so you can find this follower. And I will say that I noticed that she has a custom conjuration spell that allows her to summon these floating skeleton creatures. I'll show you that in a little bit, and it's really cool because they could do frostbite to the enemies, and she likes to stay back and zone for some reason. Now I gave her a powerful melee weapon and she does use it sometimes, but she prefers to just zone a lot for some reason, which is really odd because I know when I fight vampires, they're just all over me, sucking my blood and trying to turn me into a vampire, and they just seem to be in favor of melee attacks with like daggers and then using their left hand to absorb. But for some reason Klarissa doesn't do that. She prefers to stay back, use a special kind of custom shout, I believe, that absorbs health, as well as a left-handed spell that absorbs health, and in her right hand she likes to use Thunderbolt. There were plenty of times when I would go to combat with her and we would be running alongside of each other like, yeah, let's go get this guy, and then I'd turn to my left and then she'd be gone. And then I'd look further behind me and there she was, staying back shooting projectiles. So she definitely does not like to get in close. She likes to zone. This is really good if you like to play permadeath and your followers aren't essential. I really don't think you have to worry about her dying because she likes to stay so far away and she can also absorb health. But even though she stays further away, she does put out some decent damage, so I will give her that. So right now we are low level, so I don't think she's gonna do anything too crazy. She probably has more spells that I haven't even seen yet, but she probably doesn't have access to them because our levels are low. But I feel like the level that we're at now is enough to show you, how she is in combat. So I'm just gonna run through the Ember Shard Mine with her. I'm gonna try to let her lead, and you guys can see for yourselves how she likes to fight. Okay, so lastly, we're going to try to take out this Spriggan Patriarch. I actually toggled God mode on because for some reason my dodge isn't working, and hey, this mod video isn't even about me, it's about her, right? So yeah, let me be in God mode and let her do all the work.